Hey guys, happy Friday. Today is Friday, December 13th. It is Friday the 13th, obviously, 2019. Super excited to be here. Crazy morning for me, but I've got an equally fun and crazy and energetic friend. Meet David Rubin with Heroes Strong. Very excited to have him on the show today.
Thank you.
You want to talk about energy, man. If I had no energy, that's who I'd go to because he's got the energy for 10 people. So let us know if you can in 30 seconds. Give us a thumbs up. If you don't, I know you can still hear us and see us, but it's very nice. Oh, look, see, I told you my things are going to come up and down. So I can't remember how, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So excited
this
you
is awesome.
are flexible, and we've changed stuff a couple of times back and forth. And
We're going to win.
We're going to
win for our
always
heroes.
win. We're going to win for our heroes. See,
Yes.
that's the energy I need today. Just got back from a trip to New Jersey. Very happy to be back in the warmth. Yeah. So welcome, and then tell us a little bit about you. Speak of the
Hero,
devil.
yes.
We were just
This is all
talking
for
about
you.
John Kalish.
Yes, we love you.
We love you. Happy Friday. So tell us a little bit about you. Everybody kind of likes to know the origin story. They want to know a little bit about David before we jump into Heroes Strong, and they want to know your journey from you beginnings to Heroes Strong.
So you can see, what does this say? It says win, right?
Win.
With the one in the middle. Every day is a win. We need to be more positive. We need to want to have more fun. So winning to me is have fun, be smart, and get better today. That's how you make every day is a win. And it doesn't matter. I'm a baseball coach. I'm a muscle specialist, so I will work on the human body.
What does a muscle specialist mean?
So a muscle specialist is where we actually assess the body. We assess joint by joint and find out where your body moves, and more importantly, where it doesn't move. And then we design specific exercises based to your individual needs, not just wants. We all want to look better, but we have to make sure our muscular system is a team, and I can call a championship team. So it doesn't matter if it's your big toe or your hip or your scapula. I mean, it's all these details make up the sum. And then I'm a baseball coach, so baseball is a game of failure. And so that's how I came up with this winning mindset.
Why do you call it a game of failure?
It's a game of failure because you're going to fail 7 out of 10 times. You're going to fail at the game. And if you do that, and actually people do more than 7 out of 10 times, if you do that at the highest level, you are actually considered an all-star. One of the best to ever play the game. And if you are a student, right, I'm around the youth athletes all the time, and if you went home to your parents and you're like, "Mommy, I got 7 wrong out of 10," what would they say?
Yeah, that wouldn't be
30%.
That wouldn't be great.
No, it would not be winning. But it also depends on what your definition of. What if you got 10% the following week or the previous week?
Right.
So it all is situational, and that's what the human body is. We're all made differently, so we have to assess it and then come up with the best game plan to make sure that you are winning.
Can you help somebody with an 18 pack?
18, we can make it 20, we can make it 19. Everything is different.
I got a lot of pack there.
But the thing is making sure that you're owning your body. It doesn't matter where you are. We all have to be in the moment more, and that's why the winning is one moment at a time. And my personal quote is every day is a win. And then I'm just bringing all this energy to the most important people in the world for all of our heroes, and it's just growing every single day. That's why I'm here with you, Ted, and just thank you so much.
I'm so grateful you're here. All right, but they want to know, you didn't come out of the womb with the win bracelet on, right?
Nope.
What were your beginnings? Did you grow up in a family where you have this kind of energy? Tell us a little bit about the beginnings. People want to know. If they see this, they want to kind of know where David came from.
Sports, let's just say baseball is my life. I mean, I grew up playing baseball. I was always heavier growing up, so I loved eating junk. I never really put an emphasis on health, but I put an emphasis on fundamentals and just playing and loving the game. And I was an offensive lineman. I was in my senior year. I ended up having shoulder surgery, so that's how I got into the fitness. I ended up losing about 80 pounds, got stronger, got healthier, and I just saw my whole different body change. And I also never wanted to get injured again. It was the worst experience of my life. And every breath, I mean, I dislocated my shoulder, was out for 6 hours in the emergency room, and it was just a whole mindset of what is going on, and then you got taken away from what you love to do.
Right.
So, and then I started getting into the gym. I had to recover. I had to do the rehab, and then I'm like, I don't want to do this again. So then I started getting healthier, and I'm like, this is amazing. I feel great. Then I started helping other people, and I got an opportunity, and I had a friend connect to New York, so I started my whole fitness career in Manhattan, which I was
Manhattan.
absolutely, yes, New York, the Big Apple. Let's go Mets. And it's just kind of been unfolding all from there. And I just developed this winning mindset and really started with the health. Health is number one. Our health is our wealth. So if you're not healthy, you ever feel like if you got a tight back, you're not going to want to go run around with your players or your kids, or you got a headache, then you're not going to want to educate that much more. If you're a firefighter or a law enforcement and you're not getting the rest and the recovery, and it's really number one is health. And that goes to your mindset, that goes physically, mentally, emotionally. All these factors go into the whole.
Correct. So, but how do you get there? Like, what's your... Hi, honey. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. What's your, you love the Citrus Glove because it's organic, baby. What was... So, I know what the impetus was. You had the injury. But then a lot of people get the injury, they get the rehab, and they do that. They don't necessarily have the mindset to make this their passion, their life's work. So you get into the fitness world. Was that an easy thing for you because you had always been an athlete, or was that such a business that it was difficult to try to marry the two?
So everyone knows shoulder presses, bench press, bicep curls, all that stuff. Let's just say when I moved to New York, we had to use a retinal scan to get in, and they were using terms that I felt like was Spanish. They would do full day assessments. They would bring CEOs in. They'd bring athletes. It doesn't matter. And they would actually give you a thorough, and I was like, what is going on? Let's just go to the gym and move some weight around.
Right.
And it was my whole mind opened. And then I actually had another injury on construction. I slipped and fell down a staircase, and I dislocated my good shoulder. And I had the experience, so I actually finished my internship, and I had to move back to Orlando. And I moved, and I had basically had the Big Apple taken away from me, but I had to take care of my health. So I ended up having shoulder surgery. You want to hear a fun story? Here we go.
Hold on, before you do that, can you hear us now? Because John said he had no sound, but we had a phone call come in, so that's why he couldn't hear. But give us the thumbs up, let us know you can hear. Keep talking.
So I was on top of the world. I actually got hired by Equinox Fitness Clubs right on the spot by the CEOs. I was like a sponge. I was just sitting around. I got invited to all these meetings, and here I was, 21 at the time, just moved away from Gainesville, and I just stopped everything that I did and went to go follow my passion, right, to go into the fitness world. And I was mind blown by how amazing, how detailed they made everything. Their conversations, their assessments, their workouts,
right,
their text whatever. The iPhone was just coming out at the time. So it was just amazing what was happening. And then I had to move back to Orlando, and that's when I started. I saw a youth baseball practice. I went to my nephew's baseball practice, and I saw how disorganized it was. I saw how dangerous it was. I saw how...
What was dangerous about it? Was it because they weren't following
they
basic...
were 5 and 6 years young, and they were throwing the ball just with no care in the world.
Right.
No one was paying attention. And the balls were flying everywhere. And I went out. I couldn't watch it. And I was getting ready for my shoulder surgery at the time. It was in January, and I'm like, stop. You on this line, you on this line, and this is how you throw properly, and I haven't been on the baseball field in so long because in high school I was focused on football. I didn't even play high school baseball because I had the right health and conditioning, and then I got on the baseball field through my nephews. And then what happened was I stopped everything, and then everything clicked. I used my health and fitness background and everything that I was learning, the experience that I went through, and I got to pour it into the youth. Next thing you know, the coach is like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? We have our next practice. You want to come out? And I started coaching youth baseball. And it was, so I brought the health, the fitness, the mindset. My passion is baseball. I loved it my whole entire life. And I got back on the field in the coaching environment. And they absorbed what I was giving them. They felt the energy, and the whole team went from last to first. And it was it's just what happens with passion.
Right. So you found a way to get your passion into action. So you were able to, and then you can impart it on kids. Because what was the age group?
It was 5 and 6 years young.
Yeah. But what I want to know, so I love that. So you coach. Coaching's so important, guys. If you're not involved, if you're a sports person and you have a gift, get around the youth. They need it. Hey, Brian, they need it. They desperately need coaches. Trust me, I have heard it from all of my friends who have younger kids. They don't have the volunteer coaches like they used to. Parents are working 2-3 jobs. They need as many coaches as possible. So, and it changes kids' lives.
And we have a plan for that too in place with Hero Strong.
I love that. All right, so let's get to Hero Strong.
Yes, Heroes. This is all for you.
Give us the definition of Hero Strong, and then tell us what the impetus, what the catalyst was for you to make the charge and take this.
Thank you. So first, I got goosebumps right now. I mean, John Kalish, if you're still on here, thank you so much for being our hero. To all of our heroes, this is all for you. You all are the most important people in the world. That is why we are Hero Strong, because of our everyday heroes and their families, the sacrifices, the selfless acts that they make every single day. Our firefighters, our law enforcement officers, our medical field, our teachers, and all of our military and our veterans. We can't thank you all enough. That's the 5 branches that we're honoring and their families, and we're coming together as one, right? Very simple. I'm a baseball coach, I'm a fitness specialist, and I'm gonna coach. We're gonna coach this, and people like you and John are gonna help, and we're gonna get our roots stronger and stronger. We have a board meeting later this afternoon, and we're gonna be putting the pieces more together. We have so much going on, and 2019 was our launch, right? We just rolled out the Gold Hero Standard. So November was our first ever Thank You Heroes weekend, and we actually let our heroes feel this love, because there's no price for what you all do every single day. And that's why we are coming together. There's no other organization like this in the world that is coming together to show our love and appreciation. Yes,
why heroes though? I think people want to know. Like, tell them, why was there, what was your reason? Was your family in the military?
No.
Were you impacted by a teacher or a vet? What started you on that path?
Well, obviously my family is my heroes, and my mom was a teacher for 35 years. She taught emotionally handicapped students and autistic kids for 35 years, and I got to see how much that she gave back to students. And she was the one that every teacher, hey, do you have stapler? Do you have pencils? Do you have this? My mom would have, what do you need? What color? What do you want? How many do you need? And she was the one that always kept the teachers going.
So you grew up in an environment. That's one of
Love.
the questions people love to hear the answer to. You grew up, so you had that. You saw that as an example. I think a lot of kids don't see that. One of the things that the younger group, I'm not sure what age group you fall into, but I call you guys the younger group. The difficulty is that they didn't see a lot of that. They weren't mimicking anything, and they're not as involved. When you poll the youth, a lot of the youth are not involved in any kind of charitable cause, any kind of activity where they're giving back, and it's really just because they haven't been taught, in my opinion, they haven't been taught that. So you came from a home where you saw it, you modeled it after what your mom did and what your parents did.
Yes, and they really, it's all love. We just need more love in this world. We need more people. They all have passions, they all have energy, they all get inspired, they all have challenges. We all are going through life together. And the more love and really conversations, listening and communicating is everything. And that's how this is all going down, is really, I started my own business as a muscle specialist at Winners Fitness, and I wanted to continue to give back. And I got to go to UCF, and go Knights, charge
Knights,
on.
me
Yes,
too.
there you go.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated, 2013. I just went after my business. I wanted to go learn more about coaching and networking.
So what's the degree out there?
My degree is sport and exercise science.
What is it?
Sport and exercise science.
Okay, so you wanted to learn. You wanted to get more information to become a specialist in the thing that was your passion. They didn't have. I don't think they had that back then, or they probably called it something from the Stone Age. I'm not sure what we call it.
And they geared a lot more towards research and why everything's happening. And I got to meet actually one of my mentors is Dr. Coach Jeff Duke, and he goes out there. And he was Bobby Bowden's right-hand man at FSU, and he's actually local here in Orlando, and his son is going Edgewater. So his son, it's called 3D coaching. And I got to meet my mentor. He designs Disney's Wide World of Sports, bringing Disney together and youth sports together. Amazing how that works, right? And he goes, who coaches coaches?
Right.
And we had this conversation earlier. You're either coached by the way that you were coached or the way that you don't want to be coached.
That's actually, I think, the topic of the conversation. Remember, I was telling you that I think I heard him speak. I think that might have been the headline. Now that you just said that,
Who coaches coaches?
Well, it's kind of like when not just so you can use the word coach universally, right? So it's not, you can be a business coach, a life coach, a fitness coach, whatever you are, but who coaches those people? And it's so important because if they're the ones, if you're tasked with imparting it down here to the youth, you have to have somebody who's helping.
And lots of youth. Think about it. You're dealing with teams. You're dealing with leagues. You're dealing with communities. I mean, a coach will make such a big impact on so many people's lives that's where you found and that's also, people are volunteering to come out there. Right? If you're on a baseball field, you signed up to play there. Right. So we need to give them the passion and the right skills to make sure that they're successful and developing properly, not just winning the game. You're going to see everything is about winning, but winning is not about the scoreboard, especially at the youth age.
So what about the heroes, though? Oh, look, Sarah Geltz came on. Heroes Strong.
Yes, we love you.
She's
Heroes
amazing.
Strong. And that right there. Those are heroes, right? The Kendrick Law Firm.
Yep.
They stepped up and
They're
they made this
amazing.
possible. So thank you so much, Jessica, Sarah, our hero, Don. Right?
So
this
what do
is
you
all
do
about
for,
people.
So Sarah, maybe you can pop on, maybe, or give us Sarah, make a comment if you're going to stay on. David Rubin does rock. So what do you do? So let's say you have a heroes event, or tell us what the service is, for lack of a better word, and you can explain it better. What services, what things are you doing specifically to help the heroes? Can a hero, do you help them with, job placement? Do you help them with transitioning out of the military? Do you help them from transitioning out of the police department? What are some of the things that you all are doing that will help them? Because as you guys know, and then I'll let David finish, you guys know that our heroes, and it doesn't matter which one you're talking about, teachers, first responders, veterans, the organizations that are supposed to take care of them, a lot of the services fall through the cracks, or they're just not available for them. So they end up going without on a lot of levels. So what are you helping provide with Heroes Strong?
So thank you for that question, and that's where we're going. But to really get our roots strong, and like I said, I'm a muscle specialist, so winning is a byproduct of all the little things done well. And our heroes, majority of them, if not all of them, are underpaid, underappreciated, overworked. And I talked to our officers and I said, I can hand you $1 million check right now. No, I don't have $1 million, but let's just say we're going to sign a check for $1 million. And it's really, truly not going to make a huge impact on why they chose to do what they did or do.
Right.
They're still going to go home with those stories. They're still going to go see those ugly scenes. They're going to have dates that they remember forever. They're going to have opportunities that they've never been around to save someone's life, or they're going to miss their family, their loved ones' birthdays or events, and they're going to go out there to do it for us, the people.
Well, so what do we do?
So what are we doing?
help?
I'm going to show you right here. And I got a couple gifts. Right? And it's not just like in 2020 we have a couple things that are going to start to what you just said, but as of right now, our 1 to 2 year short-term goals, and really forever, this is my perspective on it, is we're going to give our heroes the love and support that they truly need. And this right here, what I'm about to show you, was given to me.
I don't know what's happening right now.
It was given to me from a hero. And this means so much to me because this is what we're doing. Our heroes are going to start to feel that love and appreciation, and that is priceless. What we are doing for our heroes is we're showing them how important and how valuable they are. And right here in my hand is a Hero Challenge coin from Seminole County Fire Department, from Hero Dane, and he came up to me one day. I didn't even know what a challenge coin was.
What is a challenge?
And our heroes will probably have to talk more about this, but it's really just to show the appreciation of what you all do. And you can see right here, Seminole County Fire Department, and it's just
I've seen
amazing.
One of these. I think Sheriff Barry gave me one of these once.
And I'm like, what is this? And he goes, I just want to let you know how much we appreciate your support.
It's cool, guys.
And that's from Seminole County Fire Department. I live in Seminole County, and it's just when our heroes are seeing the love and they can look in the mirror and say our community loves us, that's where my number one goal is right now, is just to show how amazing you all are.
So what do we do? How does somebody get involved with Heroes?
So you can follow us on the Hero Strong page. You can go you can see what's going on. Actually, I'm going to show you one more thing.
Please show whatever you want. I love it.
I'll give you one other thing. This is what we're doing, is we rolled out the Gold Hero carpet. right? November was our first ever Thank You Heroes weekend. And we had our heroes. A mayor was out there. Our teacher of the year in Seminole County was out there. And commissioners were out there.
Which mayor did you have?
Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan is amazing.
Matt's coming on the show next
Is he really?
week. Yeah.
So tell him thank you, hero, because he actually received. And what we did is our heroes actually got the gold hero medal. Every one of our heroes that came to our Thank You Hero ceremony, or actually had our hero, we had a veteran, shout out to Kevin, right, our hero Kevin, and he placed this around our hero's neck. And it was just such a cool moment to see this, and they all got to walk around the events, and we get to start connecting that and bridging the gap between our community and our heroes that are out there that are risking their lives. They're running into fires, right? They're making sure that people are getting shot, and they're the ones that are going in. They're educating our future. They're fighting for our freedom. That's not free.
What you guys probably don't know, and I think this is why Hero Strong is so important. I mean, you've heard the stories, probably read everything. There's a whole bunch of fight going on with the Orange County public school teachers trying to get a basic human raise instead of going backwards. You think that they're taken care of because you feel like the government would take care of them. I'm not knocking the government, but what happens is they don't have the support system. They don't have, maybe they have health insurance, but it doesn't cover everything. Maybe they don't even get a parade. Maybe they never get a medal. And it's not that they're looking for it, but what David's talking about is giving them something that they can take with them where they actually feel appreciated. A parade once a year is a lovely thing. An event once in a blue moon is a lovely thing, but then the other 364 days or 363 days, they go back and they have to deal with, like David was saying, responding to an event that they'll never forget if you're a first responder, police, fire, teaching kids who are being abused and having to figure out how to still keep them in school so that they can stay on path, and yet you know what they're going home to. And our veterans who come in and they're trying to acclimate back into society, and you would think that we have programs for them, and it's only because of grassroots organizations like David where they can actually be helped or they feel like they're appreciated.
That's priceless. Because what the reality is if they can feel honored, they can feel proud for what they did and what they sacrificed. I mean, you can see right here, and November 10th was our main event. 2 days prior to this, it was a Friday, I get a call. He goes, "Is this Hero Strong?" And I said, "Yes, this is David. How's it going?" He goes, "I'm a hero, and I was told to call you about our event, or your event that you're having, this Heroes weekend." And he goes, "I'm a hero." I said, "Well, thank you for your service." He goes, "I want to come honor those that didn't make it home and those that don't have their limbs anymore. I'm 100% disabled, and I wake up and I'm thankful every single day."
And how did
he just wanted to come to our event just to say thank you to our heroes and show support. And that's what it is. And that's our first year. This was our first year ever, so we're a brand new nonprofit organization.
Are you a 501c3?
We're a 501c3.
What was that process like? Just take it a little step back, because we have a lot of people who want to go through that process. We need, David wants to heal the world and help the world, but David can only do so much, and we'll talk a little bit about grants and how people can help in a minute. But what was the process like for that really quick? Because I think people think it's really easy. It's super easy, and it's super cheap. You just apply, and then automatically the IRS gives you status as a 501c3.
I'm here to tell you, when you're working with our heroes, anything is possible.
Agreed.
I can't even tell you. That's a complete understatement. We had businesses, organizations, because Hero Strong started on a simple Facebook post 2 years ago after Hurricane Irma. And we're called Wekiva Strong. Wekiva Strong was put together a 3-day weekend event in 5 weeks.
What was the event? Why was it that you wanted to do a 3-day event? I think people will want, because I think what's going to happen is people are going to go, "Oh my God, I love his energy. I love the organization. I love what he wants to do," and then they're going to go, "I'd like to replicate it," which we don't want you to.
Yeah, we
want you to, right? You're going to have more chapters. I know, right? That's got to be part of the plan. What does somebody do if they come to you and they say, "I want to do a 3-day event," or "I've got this idea, David"? Are you in a place where you can accept that kind of volunteerism and as a 501c3, I know you can, but as an organization, can you accept the volunteerism? And are you open door as far as ideas and things like that? You have a board, right? You have
Yes.
to for a 501c3.
Yes, we have a board, and the reality is, to really make an impact on someone's life, you have to get to know them.
Agreed.
And it takes time to build relationships. Everything, and especially in America, we want everything right now. We want it. Where is it? When is it? How is it affecting me? What's going to be the byproduct of this? And what's going to happen right now? And reality is, our heroes are sacrificing so much, and they go 24 hours on, 12 hours on, whatever their shifts are. They have other they have other jobs. They have to make income because they're underpaid, which is completely one of our main goals. Is we're going to take care of them more. So have you ever been to a wedding? Right? You've been to a wedding, and if you don't know anybody, the last 10 minutes is the cool party. You wait and you wait and you wait and blah blah blah, and you're right. Or if you go to the rehearsal dinner, and then you go to the pictures, and you're like, oh, now we're a big happy family.
Right.
Right. So how I look at this, and I've been creating seminars and workshops, and I've created my own baseball league. Everything was free just to give back to our youth. And then we had our heroes come out. I wasn't calling them heroes at the time, and I call it wolf. So winning on and off the field. Right. So we have to, if you want to win more on the field, it's everything that you don't see.
Right.
It's all the pieces. And so I saw a huge disconnection. So I said, we can't just have a ceremony and come together as a community, because it's going to be awkward.
Right.
And some heroes that are working 24 hours, they can't get there.
Well, the other thing about heroes too is that because if you're not in there, one thing I've learned from doing all the shows, if you're not in their world, there's a disconnect on the trust. So veterans especially, they have a brotherhood, a sisterhood that it's very hard to get into. And so they tend to stay within themselves, and the unfortunate part about that is that if you stay within yourselves, you can't tap into the wonderful services like Heroes Strong. And so you have to gain their trust.
And build their relationships.
You're basically an outsider trying to help a group that you think you know what they went through, but you really haven't unless you're in it. All right, do you have any events coming up before we start to wrap up?
Yes,
How fast it goes.
That's how fast it goes. And really going back is the 3-day weekend event was an opportunity for our heroes and their families to come out and feel the love. We did a meet and greet with our heroes. This year we actually did a kickball tournament with our heroes, and yes, our heroes actually won. Law enforcement team, they all won. Right? Iowa was out there. Iowa is one of our huge sponsors. We had a whole billboard on I-4 in Central Florida.
Is one of your sponsors?
Yes, they're
Is it
amazing.
Jeff
They
Lagos?
love it. They love it. All the whole staff, the whole team is just absolutely incredible.
That's awesome.
They take care of us, and then our Sunday was the main event. And then we also, last year, we actually had a veteran reach out and said, you have a community event coming on this weekend. What about a flag retirement ceremony? So our first ever...
What's a flag retirement?
Exactly. That's how I responded. Because I don't have it. I'm disconnected with our military, our law enforcement, firefighters. Yes, my mom was a teacher and in the medical field. So what I'm doing is I'm just from the outside, as you're seeing, is I'm educating. And Hero Strong is an educational platform for our heroes to kind of see what they go through. Right. And then we get to learn about them, and they're like, wow, you truly are amazing. Wow, just because I missed the light and it turned red, or you pulled me over because I was speeding, you're actually doing your job.
Right.
We have to actually educate on what their purpose is and their value, and even their kids. We're going to start a Youth Heroes program in 2020. We're actually starting HOP January 10th. We're going to be actually our next goals are starting to make a complete direct impact on our heroes. So HOP is going to be Heroes Oversee Packages, and they're going to go out every first Friday of every month. And it's just, we're going to continue to do that. We're going to have a resource center. So if you want to get involved, email us. Reach out to Ted. He'll connect you. Heroes Strong
One. We're going to share all of your contact information.
And you'll see that. And
so here's a couple of comments on you, right? So don't you love his energy, right? And the energy is one thing, but the passion. So you can't fake that passion. That's why I love live. We talked about this before the show. One of the great things about live, it's fun, but you can't make up, you can tell it's in his heart. So he wants to help the same people that we all talk about at almost every single event. We talk about how we want to help our first responders, our teachers, our heroes, our vets. So please, I'm going to share all of David's contact information. I'm going to share Heroes Strong. I'm going to share whatever he wants me to share. I'm going to share it on the post, and I'm 1,000% going to make sure that it goes across all of our platforms.
Thank you so much.
But I guarantee you this question is going to be big for you and for our audience, because we're big on mentorship, which you've already mentioned 1,000 times, because that's really what you do in the community when you're coaching our youth. But people want to know who mentored you. Can you give a shout out to a mentor or two that really changed your life, maybe made an impact on your life, maybe changed the trajectory of your life?
You're gonna say it, of course, and the more that I've been doing this and getting around, it's the most important people that are mentoring me. You go look out, go see what's going on, go see how important a life is. And my mentors are heroes. I mean, I have a firefighter that I had a conversation. This was 2 years ago. I sent him a simple conversation and said, "How are you doing?" He goes, "I'm all right. I'm actually getting checked out by our paramedics. I just got my butt kicked by a fire." I mean, I can't even. Why
do you look at that as a mentor?
I look at that as a mentor because he is sacrifice. He's teaching you what life is about. The pure selfless sacrifice. The selfishness, the unselfishness that he's going through. And he's doing it for people that he doesn't even know. I am so inspired by that. And then he sends me a story last year, or actually a couple months ago, and his kid is calling him cooler than Superman.
So here's what happens,
so
right?
It's like,
those are the people that are motivating you to do the things and to be so incredibly passionate. I mean, you can't make up your passion. And I think one of the great things, and I want to give a shout out to you, I think it's so important, when he's talking like this is how David talked earlier before the show. And remember, David and I have not met until today. And so that energy is just so contagious and it's so powerful, but it's also needed. So thank you for the mentorship that you're providing, and thank you for your passion for our heroes, because guys, we really need to get involved with organizations like Heroes Strong. And don't you want to be around a team leader, a leader like David? Because that's what you want. You want to be motivated all the time. And why do you want to be motivated all the time? Because you see what our heroes are going through. You see what they're dealing with and suffering with. You see the cracks in the services.
They're number one.
And so we're going to share, again, all of David's contact information, how you can please get involved in Heroes Strong. Please reach out to David. You're a joy to have on.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing.
Heroes, this is all for you.
We love you guys. Yes, John, we wish we could bottle and spread that energy. So
we're going to.
All right, you're a joy. Happy holidays to you guys. We'll be back Monday. Have a safe, wonderful weekend. I'll be back later on. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have 2 more shows.
And make sure you thank our heroes.
We love our heroes. You know we do. So have a great one. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
You're very
for
welcome.
everything
Thank you
do.
so much for doing this.
David, you're an inspiration. I mean that. And so go to Heroes Strong. Reach out to David. You know and I love your messages back. You are going to find that energy contagious, and you're going to want to work with him to get to those veterans, to those heroes, in a way that you haven't been able to before. So Thank you so much.
And to your show, like our tagline is, because a thank you is not enough. And just I want it, with that being said, still, thank you so much. We really, truly appreciate you all.
My honor to have you on. All right, we love you guys. See you soon. Mwah.